As you might remember from my prior video, research by academics has found that higher CSR ratings per publicly available data drive higher sales. On average, if a company moves from the 50th percentile in CSR ratings to the 85th percentile, they can see their sales increase by 8%. But this doesn't apply to all companies and all products in the same way. So let's answer that key question. For which consumers, which products, and which causes does CSR actually drive sales? Consumers who will increase their sales because of a product's corporate social responsibility are, drumroll, humans. Yes, pretty much everybody. Now, it's true that there are some consumers that are more sensitive to CSR ratings and will increase their sales more or more likely to. So urban, suburban, higher income, women, young, highly educated, and in the US, yes, registered Democrats. However, if you sell your product to older, conservative, working class men, don't assume that your product sales won't increase because of corporate social responsibility. They might have teenage daughters. However they got there, it seems like today, all types of people are more likely to buy a product when they see that it is socially responsible. So this leads us to our next question. Which products? First and foremost, cheese. Okay, pretty much all foods respond to corporate social responsibility by selling more. But I'm partial to cheese. But it's also true of paper towels, shampoo, most consumer packaged goods. Now, research on actual sales outside of consumer packaged goods is rare, but the research that does exist suggests that this relationship between CSR and sales holds up for other industries as well, like hospitality, electronics, etc. There are exceptions. One is beverages for some reason, that there doesn't seem to be a relationship between social responsibility of a product and sales. And we don't really know why. It might just be that the price differential is too big there, or who knows? We don't have all the answers. But if we look at all the data, or if I look at all the data, it does seem like overall, the vast majority of products have a tendency to sell more if they make corporate social responsibility claims. So now that leads to our final question. Which causes positive action related to the environment, like climate change, and to human and labor issues like child labor, tend to move sales? But it's more complicated than this because consumer sensitivity to CSR varies by industry. So the best way to explain it, I think, is that it appears to me, looking at all the data, that consumers are more likely to respond positively to corporate social responsibility that is on an issue that is close to the business, what we call material in our field. So when it comes to food, then environment is very important because agriculture can be so damaging to the environment. But when it comes to healthcare, then the company's transparency might be more of a sales driver because, well, if it's a life or death issue, you want to make sure that your healthcare provider is telling you the truth. Okay, so I want to come back to one question that I glossed over. Is it possible that corporate social responsibility will actually dampen sales? You might recall that Anheuser-Busch experienced a devastating 14% decline in sales, triggered by its support for the transgender cause. But it turns out this is not evidence that corporate social responsibility reduces sales. Anheuser-Busch backed away from its CSR. So it actually managed to alienate pretty much everybody in the US, those for the transgender cause and those opposing it. We don't know what would have happened had Anheuser-Busch maintained its corporate social responsibility stance. the way other brands such as Nike did in the same circumstances. Now, it's true that corporate social responsibility does not always boost sales. I have been involved in efforts with clients where we're all excited to go in to do the A/B testing to see if the CSR boosted sales, and it doesn't sometimes. But I have never seen negative results. So I have never seen the corporate social responsibility reduce sales. So what can we conclude? I think the conclusion is that you can't count on corporate social responsibility boosting sales. But if your corporate social responsibility is material to the business, meaning that it is close in, it is related to the business. Like say if you are in the surfing industry, then it focuses on ocean preservation, then it's very likely that your CSR will boost sales. Until next time, keep on caring.